Good morning. It is 6:49 a.m. on Tuesday, October 27th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Um, Trying to not just be bummed about politics today. Uh, Instead, I'm going to talk about other things. Like last night, rewatched Coco, the lovely Pixar movie about uh, it's kind of themed after Dia de Muertos. The the is it just Mexican tradition? I'm actually not 100% sure of the origin. I associate it with Mexico, but I don't know if it actually is broader than just that. But in any event, it's a wonderful movie, and it's just sweet and funny and tense and sad, and it's so good. It is one of the two next movies that Mike and I are going to discuss for watching 100 movies, and it was a joy to rewatch. So that's fun. I'm also excited that kind of behind the scenes, so to speak, I'm working with all of the players for the next So Many Levels campaign, and we're starting to get some of their character sketches together in the sense of planning who their characters are going to be for the next campaign, and that's very exciting. Um, you know, Dungeons and Dragons and other role playing games are such fun, just games of collaborative storytelling and excitement, and it's really great. And we had so much fun for 4 years with the characters from the original campaign, and so now looking ahead at making new characters and the potential of what those characters have in store for them and their interactions, I think is really it's really fun to think about. Um, Also, on that note, we are going to have a So Many Levels episode tonight. This is going to be kind of a one shot. Um, I'm excited to see how it's going to go. It's sort of an experimental one shot where we're going to be playing a game called Wander Home, which is not Dungeons and Dragons, but still a role playing game. But it's a very sweet game about animal people on a gentle, friendly journey where there may be obstacles to overcome, but there's not generally going to be bad guys. There's no combat. It's just sweet exploration and discovery and healing. And I hope it's going to be fun. It's got a lot of sweet things. We're going to adapt it to be sort of like an extension of elements of the previous campaign. So it's, canon in that regard, but it's just generally still going to be very much like a side story and not directly connected to events of the previous one. But yeah, it's good. The other thing that is like less fun, but that I've been kind of just thinking about recently, is that over the weekend it started just kind of an accidental thing, but I sort of allowed myself to get pretty caffeine deprived, going into caffeine withdrawal, partly just because I realized I was just about out of my needed caffeinated beverages, and then kind of allowed myself to be lazy and not go buy more, partly with this justification of, oh, maybe it'll be good to sort of experiment with what it's like when I go cold turkey for who knows what reason. I thought that was a good idea. Turns out not a good idea. Didn't like it at all. And in fact, one of the things that can happen with caffeine withdrawal is like muscle aches and stuff like that. And I ended up getting a lower back spasm that has not been like debilitating, but it's uncomfortable. and I've been trying to kind of like stretch it out and work it out since, and so it's still a little bit stiff this morning, which is frustrating. Like, I don't want I don't want to overplay that. Like, I'm still able to get around just fine. It's just, moving a little slower, a little stiffer than I'd ideally like. Hopefully, a hot shower will help, which I'm about to go do. So, I'm gonna leave it here, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.